Fullback Isaac Farrell, wing three quarter line of Zach McComb, Connor Bauer, Menzieri returning alongside Ryan Miller. The halves are Aaron Brown, 2 tries last week in that 19-18 victory over Batley. He joins Anthony Fackery, 34 years of age, a lot of seasoned experience there from Anthony Fackery. The forward, Scott Railden, James Davey, Rory Dixon, Ollie Davis, Joe Farrell, Brad Tagg at loose forward, and on the interchange bench it's Patrick Burns, Blake Broadbent and Robbie Ward and Frankie Mariano. So for Mark Aston and the Sheffield Eagles, just 3 changes: Menzieri, Rory Dixon and Robbie Ward coming in. There's no Josh Guznek, he is going to be out for the next 6 weeks. He suffered injury last weekend in that win. Sheffield Eagles, last 5 games, back-to-back victories, last week against Batley and Halifax in the Challenge Cup. They did start the season 3-0 after defeats away at Halifax, Leigh and at home to Toulouse. Well, we're about to see the Bradford Bulls emerge from the dressing room. Out comes Steve Crossley, Brad Gallagher, Liam Kirk, Sam Hallas. They come out, and the Bradford Bulls are going to be looking to make it 3 wins on the bounce. There's been a late change for John Keir and the Bradford Bulls. So Joe Brown comes in for Greg Johnson, who was pulled up in the pre-match build-up as the Bulls were going through their pre-match preparations. So Joe Brown goes in on that left wing position outside Rhys Evans, and George Flanagan comes on the bench. So Bradford then, Brandon Pickersgill at fullback, the wing three quarter line, Joe Brown, Rhys Evans, Ross Oakes and Matty Dawson-Jones. The halves, Rowan Milnes and Jordan Lilly. The forwards, Anthony England, Sam Hallas, Steve Crossley, Adam Rooks, Brad Gallagher, and at loose forward it is Liam Kirk. On the interchange bench, Joe Brown, Thomas Doyle, Eben Skur and Levi Nzongu. So George Flanagan coming in for Joe Brown. Sorry, well, they've just announced it on the PA system, so we've had a bit of a haphazard attempt there, but it will be Bradford to get proceedings underway. So ironic cheers, as we say, we've just been handed a fresh team sheet here on the press benches. So Greg Johnson, he is out this evening. Joe Brown replaces Greg Johnson, he was on the interchange bench, and George Flanagan, he is on the interchange bench. So there we go. We got there in the end, and Sheffield will have first use of the ball. It's Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2, and Sheffield, they're playing towards the scoreboard here and the water tower for those that know Dewsbury Stadium, as they're moving out a dummy half here as it goes from James Dave. It goes to Scott Wheeldon. He's going to be pushed back on his own 30-metre line. Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. Let us know in your comments where you're listening from this evening. We want a lot of interaction. Let us know your score predictions. Let us know how the Bulls are going. They're on the last tackle, the Eagles now, 10 metres shy of the halfway line. They're going to move it down that far stand side. The kick comes in there from Aaron Brown, straight down the front there to Brandon Pickersgill. Bradford's first use of the ball, and Pickersgill is brought down on tackle number 1, 22 metres out from his own try line into centre field position. Rowan Milnes in at dummy half. It goes there to Joe Brown, and Joe Brown is going to win the first penalty of the evening here. Sheffield are penalised for laying on in the tackle by referee Aaron Moore, and that will see Bradford have a full set of 6 inside the Sheffield Eagles half. As we say, it's 10th against 11th this evening. Bradford, they're +2 on the points for and against, 2 points. Sheffield Eagles -60. As we say, they had a bit of a torrid encounter away at the Leigh Sports Village, losing by 58 points to 10 in week 2. They're also on 2 points. But whoever wins this evening, they will go above Halifax into 7th in the table. So Bradford setting their stall out early doors here. We have had 90 seconds gone on the clock, and Steve Crossley's brought down 12 metres out in front of the post. Hallas out a dummy half, goes on the left hand side, gives it there to Liam Kirk. Liam Kirk tries to crash over. He's brought down 2 metres out, 5 left to the left hand side of the post. Hallas now to Anthony England. Anthony England trying to plod his way past this Eagles defence. He'll play the ball 2 metres out. Quick play the ball. Hallas now to Rowan Milnes. Rowan Milnes taking on Zach McComb and Isaac Farrell, and Rowan Milnes is dumped to the turf 2 metres out on that fifth and last tackle. Hallis is in there at dummy half, gives it to Jordan Lilly. Lilly a long line to Pickersgill. Pickersgill boot to ball. Sheffield have lost the ball. It's back to 1. The tackle count is back to 0. And here goes Matty Dawson-Jones, the former Hull FC man. And he's brought down 10 metres out in front of the Eagles post on that 0 tackle. Hallis out of dummy half. Now it goes to the former Warrington and Wakefield man, Anthony England. And Anthony England is brought down 2 metres out now from that Sheffield Eagles try line. The Bradford looking for an early try here as it goes from Lilly to Rooks. Rooks, one of the 4 changes this evening. Adam Rooks still going forward. Puts the ball down a metre away from the Eagles line. Hallis barrels over from dummy half. Hallis is held up. We're going back to the 10 here at the Tetley Stadium. And Sam Hallis there has somehow been held up. Good scrambling defence there on the goal line. Hallis will play the ball. Goes from Milnes to Lilly. Back on the inside now to Pickersgill. Pickersgill's brought down 5 metres out. Bradford in a good field position here. Can they make this early pressure tell? It goes to Gallagher, and Brad Gallagher's over. The Bradford Bulls lead early here. 2.5 minutes on the clock, and Brad Gallagher has his first try for the Bradford Bulls. And what a season Brad Gallagher is having under John Keir. Bradford made that early pressure tell, and they are up and running this evening on the scoreboard. It is Bradford Bulls 4, Sheffield Eagles. Well, they've given it to Ross Oakes, but it was Bradley Gallagher. So 4 minutes on the clock, 4 points to 0. And that was great play there as Bradford moved it over on that far stand side. And Brad Gallagher has opened the try scoring here for the Bradford Bulls. Great try from Gallagher, 19 years of age, as we said. There's 9 homegrown players in this Bulls side this evening, 10 ever presents remaining. And it will be a kick over on the far stand side for Rowan Milnes. 5 from 5 last week in that 26-12 win over Oldham. He is kicking 12 from 14 attempts. And Barbara Bratton says on the app, come on you Bulls, must win this evening, sorry. There we go. Kick predictor, 34%. Rowan Milnes with that left boot. Can he pilot this one between the posts? That one looks amazing. It's on point. That sails between the posts. And on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2, an early try from Brad Gallagher, converted by Rowan Milnes, sees the Bradford Bulls leading the Sheffield Eagles on Bulls Live on Pulse 2 this evening by 6 points to 0. And Barbara Bradden, Nigel Crawshaw, Nicola Chatter joining us this evening, along Sue with Simon Skerr. That's Eben Skerr's dad. He's out on a stag do in Benidorm, enjoying that one, Simon. We've also got Rhys France joining us, Connor Warwick, Callum Linford, Kean Parker and Ken Jones. So a lot of people joining us this evening. So just to reiterate, as Steve Crossley takes tackle 1 on the restart, a very, very late change. It happened after the sides had emerged, as Bradford have thrown the ball into touch. Chance gone begging there, second tackle gone. It was Matty Dawson-Jones who couldn't keep hold of the ball as it went from Gallagher to Oakes, and Oakes to Matty Dawson. Bradford's first error of the evening. So just to reiterate that change, it was a very, very late change. Greg Johnson was in line to make his 150th career appearance. He has failed a late fitness test, so he's replaced by Joe Brown, and coming on the bench is George Flanagan. Glad we finally got that one sorted out. So it's Mick the Game Caller Gledhill here. It is International Women's Day. We were supposed to be joined by one of the players from the Bradford Bulls women's side, but they've yet to arrive at the stadium. So 5 minutes gone on the clock. Bradford 6, Sheffield 0. And the Eagles now are just going to move the ball down this middle channel as it goes out of dummy half from James Davey. James Davey to Joel Farrell. Farrell, once upon a time, was a Bradford Bulls junior. He'll get to his feet. He'll play the ball in front of the Bradford post. straight down this middle channel once again. Steve Crossley standing tall in defence, so too Liam Kirk and Sam Hallas. Davies in there at dummy half. He has options to the left, to the right, and Bradford have conceded their first penalty of the evening here, right in front of the post on tackle number 3. Aaron Moore says hands on in the ruck, and that will be a penalty. And Mark Aston decides they're not going to take the 2 points on offer. They're going to quickly tap the ball as it goes from James Davey now to Rory Dixon. He was one of the free changes made this evening by Sheffield Eagles head coach Mark Aston. Dixon will get to his feet, he'll play the ball. It now goes from Davey to Fakhri to Ollie Davis over on that right hand edge. Sheffield looking good here, looking very purposeful, but they've got to break down this Bradford Bulls defensive line. It's only letting in 16 points on average so far this season, if you factor in the 22-0 win over Underbank, so that's just 3 tries. Here comes Sheffield over on this main stand side as it goes to Farrell. Farrell's brought down there by Evans and Rooks in a 2-man tackle. 4th tackle coming up here for the Eagles. They're just going to go straight down the middle here with Bradley Tagg. Tagg's wrapped up there. Last tackle now for Mark Aston's side. They go on that right-hand side. Kick through from Fakhri. Pickersgill does well. Grounds the ball in the in-goal area. That kick chase defence on the inside. There was Ollie Davis there. Also Connor Bauer and Bradford. They will go back-to-back on repeat sets here. And the Eagles, well, looking very lively. And as we said, when you look at the players, Aaron Brown, a lot of experience. Anthony Fakhri, 34 years of age. He's been there, done that, worn the T-shirt. Bradford forced into a repeat set of 6 here that they're going to have to defend. So this will be the 3rd set of 6 now after the penalty. And Jordan Lilly's restart up to halfway. Sheffield, the yellow-shirted Sheffield Eagles. Black shorts this evening. Moving it down that right-hand edge as once again it goes from Anthony Fakhri. It now goes to Connor Bauer. Bauer's going to be brought down 20 metres out from the Bradford line on tackle number 2. Fakhri once again in the mix. He's brought down there by Crossley, Hallas and England. 10 metres out now, Sheffield. Moving the ball over on this left-hand side. Chance for Isaac Farrell. Farrell, though, wrapped over there. Joe Brown come off his wing. Helps there with Rhys Evans and Jordan Lilly. Farrell will get to his feet. He'll play the ball. They'll just go straight down the middle once again here with Bradley Tagg. And Bradford defending really well here. Very efficient in the opening 8 minutes. Last tackle now for the Sheffield Eagles. Davies in there at dummy half. Goes to Fakhri. Fakhri definitely will kick behind the line. Brandon Pickersgill on his knees. He recovers possession for the Bradford Bulls. And on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2, 9 minutes gone. And the Pulse 2 scoreboard this evening says Bradford Bulls 6, Sheffield Eagles 0. It was a try to Brad Gallagher after 4 minutes, converted by Rowan Milnes over on that far stand side. There's a big announcement due tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Eric Perez, the current chairman of the Bradford Bulls, he has relocated Hemel Stags to Ottawa. So we've got another Canadian side joining us. That's coming at 2 o'clock. Bradford kick early in the count. 3rd tackle gone. Rowan Milnes, great kick. Finds space between Isaac Farrell and Zach McComb over on that far stand side. And Sheffield are just going to be forced to return the ball from deep. And tackle number 1 is completed. And they're 15 metres out from their own try line here this evening under the floodlights. So Bradford, as we said, that late change. Greg Johnson pulling out. He won't make his 150th career appearance. Coming in is George Flanagan with Joe Brown starting. And here comes Sheffield now. Up to the 40-metre line, 10 shy of halfway. Anthony England and Jordan Lilly in defence there for the Bradford Bulls. Davey once again in there at dummy half. Scott Wheeldon, the former Hulkinston Rovers man, brought down on halfway. Sheffield now inside the Bradford half. It goes with Joel Farrell. Farrell's brought down there by Rooks and Jordan Lilly. Jordan Lilly tackling his heart out like a Yorkshire Terrier. The last tackle play. The kick will go up from Aaron Brown. Brown's kick diffused there from Pickersgill on his own try line in the field of places. Referee Aaron Moore, he's the younger brother of Super League official Liam Moore, and Brandon Pickersgill still going there, and he's brought down tackle number 1 10 metres out from his own try line. Quick play of the ball. They're going to move it over on this left hand edge. Down the middle now they're going to go with Joe Brown. Joe Brown brought down just outside his own 10 metre line. Joe Brown certainly enjoying himself at the Bulls in 2020, the 21-year-olds. re-signed for the club in July after a 2-year spell in Wigan. Steve Crossley takes that Eagles line on, offloads the ball. Hallis now to Kirk. Kirk with a line break. He's got Pickersgill outside him. He hesitated. He takes the tackle instead. Bradford on the last tackle, 30 metres out from the Eagles line. It goes from Milnes. Oh, what on earth is going on there? Gallagher, Oakes and Dawson Jones, they've run ahead of the pass and it's gone into touch. Well, bit of miscommunication there from the Bradford Bulls, but what a great line break from Liam Kirk. Last tackle, no scrum, it will be a handover. So Sheffield will play the ball 30 metres out from their own try line. And as we said, Sheffield became the first winners of that new Golden Point system. I wouldn't bet against it happening here this evening. We're on air till 8 o'clock. So just to let everybody who is joining us this evening know that as soon as we get to 8 o'clock, we're off air. So we probably will have very little post-match reaction. So you'll have to head over to the audio boom for the post-match press conference with John Keir as Sheffield now 20 metres out. They've catched those A and B markers of the Bulls, not square, and they've gone through an alarming hole, and now they've got a bit of ascendancy and a bit of momentum as it goes from James Davey. James Davey will drop the pass off now to Joel Farrell. Farrell's brought down 12 metres out in front of the Bradford post. They're on the last tackle. Thackeray kicks into the in-goal area. Pickersgill does well. He returns the ball 5 metres out from his own try line. Quick play the ball. Rhys Evans on his home debut in 2020 for John Keir's side will make 10 metres, and on a real muddy, boggy, soggy field, those 10 metres are real valuable as Joe Brown takes the third tackle here. Lily's in there at dummy half, controlling the game well as it goes to Rooks. Fourth tackle gone. Bradford 10 shy of halfway now. Lily once again in at dummy half. It goes to Anthony England. England's a metre inside the Sheffield half on the fifth and last tackle. Hallison at dummy half. It goes to Lily. Lily a high hanging swirling kick. Isaac Farrell underneath it. Isaac Farrell has lost the ball. It's gone backwards towards his own try line. Well, we've seen them called a knock on the odd occasion. But we're about to hear the war cry go up around the Tetley Stadium as Ross Oakes, Brad Gallagher come in and they wrap up Connor Bauer over on that far stand side. Don't forget you can send a message on the Pulse 2 app. Let us know where you're listening from this evening. Let us know your thoughts on the opening 12 minutes here under the floodlights. But Sheffield Eagles on the halfway line here. A very sloppy play the ball, and the referee will say there was interference there from Brad Gallagher. And Bradford have been penalised for not being inside the 10 there, and referee will say Brad Gallagher had an opportunity to roll away from the play of the ball. So 2 penalties to the visitors, and Anthony Thackeray will find touch 20 metres out from the Bradford Bulls try line. Well, we heard from John Keir, his post-match comments last week. Bradford give 13 penalties to Oldham. Not acceptable in John Keir's eyes, and he's looking to address that. Here come Sheffield. 12 metres out from that Bradford Bulls try line after a bit of ill discipline, and they're going to concede back-to-back penalties. Sam Hallis is penalised for holding Aaron Brown in the tackle. Referee Aaron Moore. 4 early penalties from the whistle of the Wigan official. So Sam Hallis just a little bit too enthusiastic there in that defence. It's going to be quickly taken by James Davey. James Davey gives it to Scott Wheeldon. Wheeldon's brought down 5 metres out from the Bradford Bulls try line. It's Bulls 6, Eagles 0. It's going to go now towards Bradley Tagg to Farrell. Farrell's coughed the ball up. Great tackle there from Jordan Lilly and Rhys Evans. And the ball not gone the 10 metres. Bradford no advantage. Scrum head and feed here to the Bradford Bulls. And that was just a little lapse of concentration there as it went through quick hands from James Davey at the ruck to Aaron Brown to Thackeray. Thackeray to Farrell. Farrell was the inside runner, but Jordan Lilly, Rhys Evans, the 2 Bulls defenders there, able to disrupt that passage of play. And on the Pulse 2 scoreboard this evening, it remains Bradford Bulls 6, Sheffield Eagles 0. Carl Bibby joining us this evening, listening from Scarborough. Come on, you Bulls. I tell you what, is this an omen? What's everybody doing out on the East Coast this evening? Well, Hull, that's east. Selby's east. Scarborough's east. Not quite sure Benidorm's east for Simon Skerr, Eben Skerr's father, joining us from Benidorm. But keep your messages coming. Bradford from the scrum. 2 tackles gone. Steve Crossler just outside his own 20-metre line. Hallis now to Milnes. Milnes with a bit of a zip and zag. 8 out from halfway. Down the middle now, they're going to go with Anthony England. England brought down in a 3-man tackle. Last tackle for the Bulls, just inside the Eagles' half. It'll go short side to Milnes. Milnes, Grubbers, along the line. Bounce of the ball is kind for Zach McComb. And Zach McComb, he doesn't want to take a tackle from Matty Dawson-Jones, so he will float the ball in field towards Isaac Farrell. And Isaac Farrell is brought down 15 metres out from his own try line. Davey in at dummy half. He'll give the ball to Rory Dixon. Dixon now is going to be brought down just outside the 20-metre line here for the Sheffield Eagles. Davey out of dummy half. He will meet Hallis and Kirk head on, and just looking at the state of the jerseys, I wouldn't want to be the kit man tomorrow morning trying to get the mud out of these jerseys. Sheffield on tackle number 4 on halfway. Crossley and Evans in defence. Davies going to come to Fakri. Fakri, good line break here. Menzieri's away down this main stand side. Menzieri wrapped up there by Adam Rooks. Great tackle from Adam Rooks. He has to roll away. Doesn't want to concede the penalty. Last tackle, 20 metres out. They move the ball into centre field. Fakri kicks ahead. Rowan Milnes can't escape, or can he? Oh, he somehow got the ball back to Pickersgill, and Pickersgill's in the field of play. Oh my word, that's the standout moment of the match. Bradford now looking to catch the Eagles offside. Oh, wait till you see that on Bulls TV. That was absolutely amazing. Pickersgill had 3 Eagles men on him, and Bradford now, 2 tackles later, they're just up to their own 20-metre line. Matty Dawson-Jones, tackle number 2. Joe Brown, tackle number 3. 15 shy of halfway. Lillian at dummy half. Goes to England. England's brought down on a 3-man tackle on the Bradford 40-metre line. Lily looks for the 40-20. Lily drills it into touch. Is this one going to go? Sheffield are going to have to stop the 40-20. It's fullback Isaac Farrell, and Farrell now will run laterally into the centre of the field. And he's brought down in a 2-man tackle by Crossley and Kirk. 12 metres out from his own try line. We've had 18 minutes gone this evening. It's Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2, Mick the Game Caller Gledel, and it's Bradford 6, Sheffield 0. We suspect it's going to be a real tight, low-scoring affair in the mud here at the Tetley Stadium. And Bradford certainly from so far, they're showing a lot of heart, a lot of courage, and we're seeing a lot of progress from what went well in that first half last week against Oldham. Sheffield up to their own 40-metre line here, 10 shy of halfway, attacking Jordan Lilly. Reece Evans and Adam Rooks in defence. And that is going to see Ollie Davis brought down there. Davis will get to his feet. Davies in there at dummy half. The kick will come early on tackle number 4. It's going to be read well there by Matty Dawson-Jones. And Dawson-Jones, the 29-year-old, close season siding from Hull FC, is brought down on the Bradford 30-metre line. So this sort of gives Bradford a bit of a platform here. It's like an intricate game of chess at this moment in time. Neither side blinking as Bradford on tackle number 2 are up to halfway. Ross Oakes, tremendous leg drive there. Quick play the ball. Bradford out of dummy half now with Hallis. Hallis makes 15 metres down the heart of this Sheffield Eagles defence. 2 tackles remaining on this set of 6. It's Bulls 6, Eagles 0. In there at dummy half is Rowan Milnes. He goes to Anthony England, and Anthony England! Oh, that's a punishing break there. The 15 metres out on tackle number 4. A tackle remaining. Hallis to Kirk. Kirk 10 metres out now, and Bradford are pretty much on that Sheffield Eagles line on the last tackle. It's going to go from Lily to Rooks. Rooks attacks the line, and Bradford are happy to turn over the ball there. Jordan Lilly gets the thumbs up from Steve Crossley. Bradford didn't put a kick in. They're happy to turn over the ball 5 metres out from the Sheffield line. And I guess, looking at the body language there of Jordan Lilly, who's controlling the game with Steve Crossley, they're happy to turn over the ball, and they will now look to force an error from the Sheffield Eagles on this set of 6, where the Eagles will be attacking from deep. Second tackle gone. They're still inside their own 20-metre line. Menzieri is brought down 15 metres out. They're going to move it from James Davey out of dummy half. It's going to go to Joe Farrell. Farrell's brought down. Third tackle gone. They're on their own 20-metre line here. Now they're going to go in centre field, giving the ball a bit of air. Back it comes on this main stand side to Farrell. Farrell's brought down on the Sheffield 40-metre line. 10 shy of halfway, 10 in from this main stand side. And it's Hallis and Evans in that two-man tackle. So Sheffield restricted there to around about 45 metres. They're on the halfway line on that fifth and last tackle, and the kick's going to come in from Fakre. Fakre, bounce of the ball's kind for Brown. Brown traps the ball with his chest. He protects the ball, and he's brought down there 20 shy of halfway on the Bradford 30-metre line on tackle number 1. Lily's in there at dummy half. It goes to Brandon Pickersgill. Second tackle gone. I'll tell you what, Pulse 2 listeners, this is real attritional stuff. This is trench warfare out there as it goes from Jordan Lilly now to Manny Dawson-Jones. He's brought down on halfway. Third tackle gone. 20 minutes gone here in this first half. Lilly down this right-hand side to Rooks. Rooks is brought down. Oh, dangerous tip tackle there by James Davey, and Bradford are given a penalty 38 metres out from that Sheffield Eagles try line, and Jordan Lilly has asked the question to Rowan Milnes, is this on your radar? Rowan Milnes looks to John Keir. John Keir shrugged the shoulders. Rowan Milnes declines the 2 points. He thinks it's just a little bit too tough. The kick predictor would have said 16%. Bradford fine touch 10 metres out from that Sheffield line. Looking for their second try of the evening here. Hallis to Lilly, back to Hallis. Bradford have lost the ball, it's gone backwards, picked up there by Joe Brown. The heavens have just opened here at Dewsbury. It's looking like sleet here on the top of Dewsbury Moor, and that will not help or aid either side. So Bradford 20 metres out here now on tackle number 3 after that stray pass. Hallis to Lilly, to Evans. Forward pass from Lilly to Evans there. Scrum, head and feed to the Sheffield Eagles. 10 metres out from the Sheffield try line. Well, the rain, the sleet, it's duly arrived. I forget the listener's name, but it was Suketa. Suketa had messaged in, and she'd said that she was at home listening to the commentary, the call this evening, and she said that the weather had turned, and all of a sudden we're seeing the supporters who were braving the elements on the open terracing to our left underneath the scoreboard. They're now making their way into the main stand over on the far stand side. So Bradford Bulls leading 6 points to 0 here. Very low scoring affair thus far, as we said. Trench warfare. It's attritional. Sheffield up to halfway here as James Davey leaves the field. Robbie Ward comes in there. So clean shirt there for Robbie Ward. Once upon a time come through the Leeds at Rhinos Academy. And Sheffield now 10 metres inside that Bradford Bulls half. Just doing the hard yards forwards down the middle. It goes from Robbie Ward to Fakre. Fakre goes behind his own man there. Could have been a penalty to the Bulls. This will be the fifth and last tackle. They're 30 metres out now. Now it goes towards Brown. Brown kicks it towards Crossley. Crossley was in an offside position, and the referee is going to put whistle to lips, and he will say it was accidental offside. This will be scrum head and feet to the Sheffield Eagles. Well, I don't think the Bulls faithful could complain about that. The kick had come in from Simon Brown. It had come off the right knee of Adam Rook. Steve Crossley was in offside position. Crossley didn't make a play for the ball. It's not a penalty. It's a very fortuitous look there from the Eagles. But in conditions like this, you have to make your own look. Very biblical here now. Bradford 6, Sheffield 0. 16 minutes to go to half-time here on Pulse 2. Sheffield moving the ball out wide towards Connor Bauer. Connor Bauer's going to be pushed back there. Great defence there from Hallis and Gallagher. 20 metres out. Quick play the ball. Eagles coming down the middle once again with Scott Wheeldon. In there at dummy half is Robbie Ward. He's got options to the left and the right. Fakri says go down the middle. Just give it to the big men. And here we go. Good tackle there. Crossley comes in with Hallis. Third tackle gone. The Eagles 10 metres out now. Centre field. Robbie Ward down the middle. Straight in. Sheffield looking to go under the post here, but Steve Crossley comes in. Anthony England also in there, and Brandon Pickersgill. Robbie Ward now towards Fakri. Fakri out wide, chancing at the corner, and now it's the Eagles' turn as Zach McComb can't get to that stray pass, and that one will now go into touch, and the Bulls once again have repelled another lively Sheffield Eagles attack. But as we said, the Bulls, they have been conceding just 16 points on average, and that is Sheffield Eagles' third error of the evening, and that one has gone into touch as John Keir is about to make his first interchange of the evening as Tom Doyle is about to come on. So it's going to be interesting to see what John Keir does and how that late withdrawal of Greg Johnson affects things. As we say, you've got two hookers now on the interchange bench in George Flanagan and Tom Doyle. So Liam Kirk leaves the field, Tom Doyle comes on, and from that scrum, 10 metres out from their own try line, Bradford a 10 shy of halfway with Steve Crossley. It goes from Crossley to Lilly. Lilly now to Rooks. Rooks is going to be brought down 5 metres out. Centre field position. Doyle's in at dummy half. Doyle to Evans. Evans 5, 10, 15 metres down the middle. He's wrapped up in a 3-man tackle. Robbie Ward comes in and barrels Evans over. Oohs and ahs from the crowd. Doyle to England. England now, 20 metres out, centre field. He's brought down in that mud. Bradford on the last tackle. Oh, there's a bit of pushing and shoving there. The referee will stop the clock. He's going to get involved, and he's just going to say, calm it down. Calm everything down. Let's just take it off a gas mark 6. Let's take it down to a gas mark 3 and let it simmer. And the referee is just going to say, calm it down, no penalty, last tackle. And he'll have a word with Anthony England here, Scott Wheeldon, the Sheffield Eagles man. So the 2 number 8s being spoken to here. And it will be a last tackle play, 25 metres out from the Sheffield line. And Anthony England now. Oh, well, young Aaron Moore, he must be about 5'5", and Anthony England 6'6". He's towering over him, and he's just been told off. Last tackle, Jordan Lilly. Are we going to see some magic from Lilly? It's a high hanging kick. The Eagles have lost the ball, and Jordan Lilly has earned the Bulls a repeat set of 6. It's back to 1 on the tackle count. It was Rowan Mills who picked it up. Is this the moment the Bulls get their second try of the evening here? We've had 27 minutes on the clock. They're 5 metres out in front of the post. The referee will say play the ball. Doyle's in there at dummy half. Hallis plays the ball. Doyle, Milnes, Lilly, Pickersgill, Evans. Evans tries to slide over. Evans is still in the field of play. He's 5 metres out from the line. Joe Brown out of dummy half. Joe Brown has the door shut, and Joe Brown is sliding into touch here, but Evans comes in. Oh, this is a throwback to the Peter Fox, Jeff Gratian, Keith Mumby era here, as Lilly now looks for direction, gives it to Rooks. Rooks is brought down 18 metres out. They've lost a little bit of ground here with that Joe Brown move out of dummy half, but I tell you what, fantastic defence from both sides here. Crossley to Milnes. Back on the inside it goes there towards Hallis. Hallis head down. Bradford on the last tackle. Doyle in at dummy half. It goes to Lilly. Lilly, crossfield kick. Looking for Brown. Brown takes that one out of the air. They're still on the last tackle. Brown kicks it towards the Sheffield Eagles defender. That one's bobbled on the floor. Referee looks to the touch judge, gets no help or advice, and he will just say that one is play on, and Menziere will go charging out of dummy half for the Sheffield Eagles. So perhaps just seeing a little bit of lacklustre attack there from the Bulls on that Eagles line. 30 minutes gone here, and it's real tight. Bradford 6, Sheffield 0. That early try after 4 minutes from Brad Gallagher. So here we go. Sheffield 15 shy of halfway here. Robbie Ward in there at dummy half. He will give it to Ollie Davis. Davis to his feet. Now along the line to Fakre. Fakre straight down the middle. Too much on that one from Anthony Fakre. Brandon Pickersgill, Joe Brown. They just watch that one roll dead, and Bradford will have a 7 tackle set from the 20 metre line. Joe Brown will tap it up to his own 30 metre line. 0 tackle. Lilly in at dummy half. Down the middle here from Matty Dawson-Jones. Eben Skur has just come on the field for Anthony England. Here goes Rhys Evans now. Inside that Sheffield half. 3rd tackle gone. Steve Crossley also off the field. A mammoth opening 30-minute spell the two forwards there, Anthony England and Steve Crossley. So Levi Nzengu and Eben Skur on the field. And Eben Skur's first carry will see Bradford make 15 metres down the middle. A huge hole punch there by Eben Skur. Doyle in at dummy half to Lilly. Lilly's pass to Rooks has sent Adam Rooks towards the line. Rooks is brought down 10 metres out, 15 in from this main stand side. Doyle back in centre field to Lilly. To Milnes. Milnes kicks ahead. Gallagher latches on. Brad Gallagher has a double. And Bradford lead 10 points to 0. Rowan Milnes kick behind the line. And Brad Gallagher, it's his second try tonight. It's 10 points to 0. Gallagher got the nod from Milnes. There was no one at home. Isaac Farrell's at the comb. Connor Bauer, the Eagles' defence. They weren't there. And Gallagher has his second try this evening. Oh my word, and when you think about Brad Gallagher, Eben Skur and what they've achieved this season, those young homegrown products, well, they're certainly rewarding John Keir with pretty much every ounce of courage and investment that the Bulls have put in them. And as we said, Eben Skur, Brad Gallagher, they are both slowly developing into Bradford's big ball carriers, and they've made some big dints in those opposition defences in the pre-season. They've been given the chance at the start of this season, and just like Brandon Pickersgill and Ross Oakes and Liam Kirk before him, Brad Gallagher and Eben Skur, strong performances. They are really rewarding John Keir's faith in them with every first team opportunity. Pulse 2 kick predictor. 62% for Rowan Milnes. 10 metres in from touch. Rowan Milnes strikes it, and that one will just go to the left-hand side of the post. The wind had just caught that one, and it is this evening here on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2. It's looking so far so good for the Bradford Bulls. We've had a brace of Brad Gallagher tries. It's the Brad Gallagher show. Bradford Bulls 10. Sheffield Eagles 0. No score for the visitors here. Kevin Weddell says, listening from Ontario, Canada, with my granddaughters Emmy, Freya, Bella and Clarity. And Chris Harrison says, enjoying the game as usual from the west coast of Michigan. So there we go. We've gone international again. We've got people listening in New Zealand, in France, in Spain, in Benidorm, Scarborough, Hull, Selby, Bradford, and Canada and Michigan. Wow. Here we go then. On the restart, we have 7 minutes to go to half-time here. And just to describe that try again for the Bulls, it was Rowan Milnes. There was no one at home. It just bounced up kindly in the in-goal area, and Brad Gallagher pounced on it. So Bradford on that restart. They're on tackle number 4 now, 30 metres out from that Sheffield Eagles try line after another huge run from Eben Skur. And here goes Eben Skur again, his second carry on this set. Bradford 20 metres out in front of the post on that 5th and last tackle. Doyle will give it to Milnes. Milnes will kick ahead over the top. Matty Dawson-Jones looking for an invite, and Matty Dawson-Jones is going to claim a try, is it? Matty Dawson-Jones, no, Matty Dawson-Jones has lost it over the Eagles try line. The referee says knock on though, but Bradford have somehow got the ball back here. Sheffield have lost it, so Bradford now, they're going to get a repeat set of 6 via the boot of Rowan Milnes. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Referee Aaron Moore said that the ball had been knocked on by Matty Dawson-Jones, and he's now going to say scrum to the Sheffield Eagles. So there we go, excitement over, panic averted. It remains on the Pulse 2 scoreboard. Bradford Bulls 10, Sheffield Eagles 0. 2 tries from Bradley Gallagher this evening, the difference between the two sides. So while this scrum is formed, just a recap of what happened earlier on this afternoon. It finished Featherstone 35, Swinton 24, Lee down to 12 men with the dismissal of Jared Sammett. 34 points to 20, a win over Halifax. They're now unbeaten from their opening 4 games, and they're on 8 points, second in the table. It finished Oldham 6, Dewsbury 24. Dewsbury now under Lee Greenwood have made it 3 wins on the bounce. It's Widnes 40, Whitehaven 16, and York, their problems intensify. They lost again. They're bottom of the table, winless after 5. 18 points to 12 they lost at Bootham Crescent against the London Broncos. And a lot of the problems at York stem from York not getting in that LNER stadium. They're still at Bootham Crescent. The crowds, the hospitality, it is a bit of a worry for York as long as that goes on. So from that scrum, while we've gone through the round 5 championship results, Sheffield have made it on the last tackle, 5 metres inside the Bradford half, and then they've knocked it on at dummy half. Rory Dixon there couldn't keep hold of the ball. The ball has come free, and Bradford, to the ironic cheers of their faithful supporters here this evening, they cheered that error, Sheffield's 5th error of the evening, and now Bradford will have a play the ball because it was on the last tackle, and tackle number 1 is Maddie Dawson-Jones up to halfway. So Bradford, for all the ills, only 3 errors in this first half. Difficult attritional conditions, but a real positive performance thus far. They're just doing the simple things right. Levi Nzongo, tackle 2, 40 out from the Eagles line, Doyle in at dummy half. Now it goes to Mills back to Ross Oakes on that inside channel, and Ross Oakes has lost the ball. That's error number 4 for the Bulls. Commentator's curse there. 0 tackle, no advantage. It will be another scrum here to the Sheffield Eagles for that error from Ross Oakes, 20 metres shy of their own try line. So just to let everybody know that there's a major announcement tomorrow. So the Canadian and British media have been invited to a media conference at TD Place Stadium, which is going to start 10 a.m. Canadian time. That's 2 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time over here. It was originally going to be 3 o'clock, but it's now 2 o'clock UK time, and there will be a significant announcement which will be made regarding the application to relocate Hemel Stags to Ottawa. The conference will be broadcast live by the RFL, so whatever you're doing tomorrow at 2 o'clock, you can certainly hear from Eric Perez, the Ottawa club chairman, and Simon Johnson. We will be speaking to Nigel Wood and Mark Sawyer after the game, and we'll certainly get to see what is going to happen regarding the chairmanship of the Bradford Bulls, because as things stand, Eric Perez is currently the chairman of the Bulls, but tomorrow there's the announcement he's now the chairman and owner of Ottawa. So Sheffield have come up with another error on the halfway line, so we're just waiting for a scrum here to be formed for the Bradford Bulls. We have 3 minutes remaining on the clock in this first half here, and the referee is going to say that touched a Bradford arm, and he looks at Joe Brown. So Sheffield, one last chance you feel in this first half then. They have the head and feed at the scrum as they move it down that right hand edge. In there at dummy half is Robbie Ward down the middle, goes to Blake Broadbent now. Just knocking on that Bradford Bulls door. They've worked so hard in defence in this first half. And Robbie Ward's come up with another error. And that there was Eben Skerr. Tom Doyle in defence. They put a bit of pressure there. And Sheffield have come up with error number 7. Wrong part of the field. Robbie Ward, inexcusable there. And as we said, this real lively Bulls defence putting a lot of pressure on the Sheffield Eagles acting half there, and Robbie Ward just couldn't keep hold of the ball, but we'll forgive him. There is heavy sleet and rain here. Like we say, trench warfare, that's what the term we're going to be using. Lily then towards Rhys Evans. Rhys Evans rolled over by Menzies. Good tackle, went for the legs, good contact. Evans holds the arm there, shakes it off. Lily out of dummy half to Rooks. Rooks is brought down just inside the Sheffield half. Bradford awarded penalty number 4 of the evening. This for laying on in the tackle. And Bradford, well, they know there's 60 seconds remaining on the clock here, so they're going to try and go for it. They could have gone for the penalty there, but they're trailing by 10 points to 0. They've got 60 seconds at the end of this first half now. A full centre 6, 20 metres out from that Sheffield Eagles try line. So let's see what happens here. Pulse 2 scoreboard. Bradford 10, Sheffield 0. Rooks tackle number 1. Doyle in at dummy half. Now it goes to Levi Nzongo. And Levi Nzongo's rolled over 5 metres out in front of the post. Crucial period in the game here. Lily now out wide. It goes towards Eben Skerr. Eben Skerr beats 1, beats 2. Eben Skerr! Oh! He's like a man possessed here, Eben Skerr. He's on top of that Sheffield Eagles try line. 4 yellow-shirted Eagles defenders pushing back. Skerr, quick play the Boyle. Goes now from Doyle to Lily to Milnes. The hooter sounds. Bradford brought down 10 metres out in a centre field position. Bradford perhaps didn't quite know that there was only 60 seconds remaining, but it has been a largely positive. Simon Skerr in Benidorm. He says 16 lads are listening, proud as punch, They say, come on the Bulls. And Simon says it must be those cold roofs that Eben goes up during his day job. So back underway then. Sheffield get proceedings underway here. 40 minutes then. Bradford a healthy but slim 10-0 lead here at the Tetley Stadium. It is the Betfred Championship round 5 fixture. And Bradford with first use of the ball. They now, well, they're going to be helped by an early penalty. Sam Hallis has been caught high there by Ollie Davis. And Bradford now awarded their 5th penalty of the evening. And Jordan Lilly is going to find touch on the halfway line. So Bradford, with 10 seconds gone in this second half, they will have a full set of 6 inside the Sheffield Eagles half. So they're playing now towards the scoreboard and the open terracing. Just a small scattering and sprinkling of Bulls fans there behind the post with the Brollies up at the start of this second half. So let's see what the Bulls can do in this second half. Doyle's in there at dummy half as Eben Sker plays the ball. Now it goes from Doyle to Milnes. Milnes to Nzongo. Nzongo, good leg drive. Nzongo still going forward. Brought down 12 metres out. Right in front of the Sheffield Eagles post. Doyle in at dummy half to Milnes. Milnes with his dinner plate vision is brought down 5 metres out. It is half spotted a gap there. Doyle once again in at dummy half. Doyle will try pitch one from dummy half. Thomas Doyle's pushed back in the field of play and he's still going, the ball going. Kick goes in again. Manny Dawson-Jones has grounded the ball. No, he hasn't. He will say Manny Dawson-Jones has knocked the ball on in the in-goal area. A try and a chance gone begging right at the start of this second half. Manny Dawson-Jones and Thomas Doyle, well, was a stanchion blocking our commentary position here, and he is somehow managing to get the ball out of the back door, and the kick coming from Milnes, and Dawson-Jones has not grounded the ball in the in-goal area. No complaints with that decision. Looked to just bobble up and bounce up, but Sheffield on that 0 tackle then from the 20-metre line. They're just moving the ball down that middle channel as Ollie Davis is brought down by Doyle and Hallis in a 2-man tackle. Rolled over in the mud here. Filthy night, filthy conditions. But on the Pulse 2 scoreboard, it's Bradford 10, Sheffield 0. Here we go. Bradford defending for the lives here. They want to keep that big fat 0 on that scoreboard as it goes to Isaac Farrell. Farrell, though, wrapped up there. Milnes comes in. Sheffield on that last tackle now, 25 metres out. In there at dummy half goes Robbie Ward. Robbie Ward to Fakhri, a high hanging kick. Pickersgill under pressure. Pickersgill takes that one superbly there. But Pickersgill rolled back towards his own try line. He will have to play the ball a metre out. And Sheffield now are penalised for hands-on in at the ruck. So 2 early penalties at the start of this second half going the way of John Keir and the Bradford Bulls. Penalty count now, Bradford 6, Sheffield 3. We've had a message from Carol. She says she's a huge Bradford Bulls fan. She says, please say hi. We are huge Bulls fans, currently on holiday in New Zealand. And she says, come on you Bulls, from Carol and David Harris. Well, there we go. We're all over the world once again. Bradford Bulls live on Pulse 2. Bradford leading by 10 points to 0. More oohs and ahs as Bradford are awarded another penalty as Menziere has gone in high there. And referee Aaron Moore is just going to stop the clock here and he's just going to have a word with the Sheffield Eagles captain Anthony Fakhri, who will dispute the decision, but the penalty's been awarded. And as we said there, a chance gone begging for the Bulls with Manny Dawson-Jones not able to ground the ball. But I tell you what, that boot of Rowan Milnes is causing absolute bedlam behind that Sheffield Eagles defensive line. So Bradford awarded their 3rd penalty. We have had 42 minutes gone here this evening. You might be able to pick up the sleet and rain that is landing on the top of the stand above our commentary position here. Jordan Lilly, he's found touch 20 metres out from that Sheffield try line, and here come the Bulls with Reece Evans on tackle number 1. They're hunting and purring for their 3rd try here this evening. It's going to go to Jordan Lilly. Now it goes to Nzongo. Nzongo free, yellow shirted Eagles defenders wrap up Levi Nzongo 5 metres out in front of the post. It now goes towards Doyle. Doyle to Lilly. Lilly now back towards Reece Evans again, sorry. Evans is brought down 2 metres out from the line. Doyle, centre field to Lilly. Lilly to Skur. Eben Skur, rampaging run forward. Eben Skur's brought down 2 metres out from the line under the post. Doyle will try pitch one from dummy half. Doyle, has he got there? No, he hasn't. Referee says last tackle. In at dummy half now is Hallis. It goes to Lilly. Oh, he double pumped the pass. And Adam Rooks has dropped the ball 10 metres out from the line on the last tackle. And the referee now will give Sheffield Eagles a penalty. And he's going to penalise the Bradford Bulls for being offside after Sheffield's trying to get a quick play of the ball in. So Sheffield's first penalty at the start of this second half. So both Bradford and Sheffield, after wins over Oldham and Batley respectively, they're looking for back-to-back championship wins here this evening. Sheffield's last away win against Bradford was back in April 2016. That was, of course, at Odsall Stadium. Bradford 28, Sheffield 46. That was the infamous game where Jimmy Lowes, after a very heated post-match press conference, decided enough was enough and he threw the towel in. So, as we say, Sheffield, a long time before they've had wins against the Bulls in West Yorkshire. Back-to-back penalties now for the Eagles. As a great play there from Robbie Ward out of dummy half, catches Thomas Doyle and Sam Hallis, the two Bulls A and B defenders, not square. So Anthony Fakre will find touch. 20 metres out now for the Sheffield Eagles, and a chance now for the visitors to post a bit of pressure on the Bradford Bulls. As we said, whoever wins here this evening, they'll go above Halifax in the table, up to 7th, just outside them playoff places. Sheffield now 10 metres out from that try line as it goes from Fakre. Fakre goes towards Farrell. Farrell's brought down there by Ross Oakes. Good contact on the chest. Farrell loses his footing and he's fell to the ground 12 metres out. 5 in from this main stand side. They decide to go straight down this middle channel here with Broadbent. Broadbent's brought down underneath that Bradford Bulls try line. Quick play of the ball. Ward on that side to Brown. Good defence there from Jordan Lilly. And Sheffield Eagles are on that 5th and last tackle. 5 metres out from that Bradford try line. Bradford leading 10-0. They go on that short side. Kicking behind the line. It's a lottery. It's picked up there by Reece Evans. Reece Evans a half break. Half chance. He recovers possession for the Bulls up to their own 20-metre line. Lily's in there at dummy half. Now it goes in centre field with Joe Brown. Joe Brown beats 1, beats 2. Can't beat 3 and 4. And Brown's wrapped up on tackle number 2. 20 shy of halfway. Here come the Bulls as it goes down the middle now with Brandon Pickersgill. They're injecting a lot of energy and endeavour into their play. Lilly now towards Rooks. Rooks lost his footing. Tackle number 4. 2 metres shy of halfway. Doyle in at dummy half to Nzongu. Nzongu beats 1, beats 2. Can't beat 3 and 4 again. And he's brought down 5 metres inside the Sheffield half on that 5th and last tackle. Quick play the ball from Nzongu. Doyle to Lilly. Great game management from Jordan Lilly. He realises that once again Connor Bauer and Zach McComb over on the fast hand side are out of position. And he will drill that ball into touch. And Sheffield now are going to have a scrum 10 metres out from their own try line. So we heard from John Keir and Jordan Lilly before the game and at half time, and as we said, you know, the fans, they want to see progress, and I think the Bulls by and large, after 48 minutes and leading by 10 points to 0, you know, they're focused on what went well against Oldham, and these conditions, we're not going to see a lot of points posted here this evening. And when you see it back on the Bulls TV footage, you'll understand why. But credit to the Bulls, they have 2 tries, they have a double score lead. It could be enough potentially to see them record back-to-back wins, and they'll go to Wakefield on Friday night in that Coral Challenge Cup 5th round tie, full of confidence. So Sheffield from that scrum, 40 metres from their own line, just doing those hard yards forward. They're brought down 2 metres in as Fakre once again somehow gets the ball out towards Connor Bauer. Bauer's brought down. Last tackle, 40 metres out. Kick along the floor. That won't phase or test Brandon Pickersgill. Pickersgill takes that from his own 10-metre line and he's brought down just shy of the 20-metre line. So, 49 minutes gone here. 31 minutes remaining. at the Tetley Stadium. Bradford 10, Sheffield 0. Throwback to those Stones Bidder Championship days of the late 80s, early 90s. Doyle in at dummy half. Down the middle with Eben Skir. Eben Skir like a battering ram. Bradford on that last tackle. Skir plays the ball. Doyle on this main stand side to Milnes. Milnes high, hanging cake. Sheffield have let it bounce. And Isaac Farrell, well, he had Pickersgill, Lily, Rooks in close proximity. And he somehow managed to judge where the ball was going to land next. And he'll take tackle number 1, 5 metres out from his own try line. So we've had 10 minutes gone in this second half. Half an hour remaining here as Menzieres tries to get the Eagles a bit of momentum over on that far stand side. Menzieres wrapped up there in a 2-man tackle. Good defence there from Sam Hallis. He looks like he's going to do another 80-minute spell. Tell you what, a lot of positives here this evening. I'm going to be struggling to pick 4 players for the poll at the end. Gallagher comes in with Eben Skir, Rowan Milnes for good measure. Sheffield brought down 5 shy of halfway as Fakri gives the ball alive. They're going to put a clever kick in behind the line. Pickersgill has spilt the ball. Rowan Milnes is in an offside position, but he has made the ball dead. So Sheffield now have had 3 penalties in quick succession, and the penalty count is now 7-6. 13 penalties in total this evening, and Brandon Pickersgill just knocking the ball on 20 metres out from his own try line. It was live, it was dangerous. The wingers, Zach McComb and Connor Bauer, were looking to probe and potentially pick it up, and Rowan Milnes, safety first, thought, I will concede the penalty. Here come Sheffield then. Oh, they've lost it on tackle number 1, and that was Sam Hallis. Oh, look what it means to the Bulls. They all come rushing in. It's high fives, cuddles and pats on the back. It'll be scrum head and feet to the Bradford Bulls. And we've not had much to talk about in terms of action, but that was a huge, pivotal moment there. Bradley Tagg, tackle 1. Hallis body slammed him on the chest. The ball come loose. And Bradford now leading 10 points to 0. They will have head and feet at the scrum. Rowan Milnes will feed the scrum. Out by Doyle to Dawson Jones. He's got 3 tries so far in season 2020. Lilly, dummy half to Rooks. Second tackle gone. Bradford 5 metres shy of halfway on their own 45. Going on that right-hand edge again to Evans. Evans, 10 metres now inside the Eagles half. The Welsh international. Huge metres made there. Difficult attritional conditions. Lilly now to Nzongu. Lilly directing. He says, Eben Skir, you're going to take the next one. Eben Skir's calling for the ball on that right-hand edge. Mills fancies a kick. Doyle's in at dummy half. Here we go. He gives it to Eben Skir. Eben Skir past 1. Can't get past the second marker defender. Quick play the ball from Eben Skir. 20 metres out on the last tackle. Crossfield kick from Lilly. It'll come down, but the referee will halt play, and he'll say Eben Skir did not play the ball correctly. In his haste, with Jordan Lilly communicate in his ear that it was going to go left to Rowan Milnes on the last 20 metres out. He's come up with an error there. Bradford's 6th error this evening, and that is going to be a scrum head and feed to the Sheffield Eagles. On the Pulse 2 scoreboard this evening, Bradford Bulls 10, Sheffield Eagles 0. Bradford will be looking for their second shutout of the season. They did defeat Underbank Rangers in a lacklustre under-par performance by 22 points to 0. But this watertight defence, the fortitude, the resilience, the steel-like nature that John Keir has instilled in this Bulls defence, very hungry. They want to focus on that big 0. Sheffield, 3 tackles gone. They're 10 shy of halfway on their own 40-metre line. Robbie Ward's in there at dummy half. Just going to go down the middle with Bradley Tagg to Fakri. Fakri drops the shoulder. Cannot get past Brad Gallagher and Eben Skir. They're on the halfway line. It goes to Farrell. Farrell on this right-hand edge to Aaron Brown. Brown brought down by Nzongu and Milnes. 5th and last tackle here for the Eagles. Fakri, 40 metres out from that Bradford try line. It's going to come down for Tom Doyle. Doyle's palmed it backwards. Rowan Milnes is back there, 5 out from his own try line. He will get the loose ball, pick it up, in the mud, and now Sheffield have been penalised for being offside inside the 10. Ironic cheers from the Bulls faithful. Let us know using the Bulls Live hashtag. Get us at Pulse2 MDL on Twitter. You can get us at Bradford Bulls Live on Facebook, or you can get us on the Pulse2 app. Let us know your thoughts. Bradford have not found touch there from Rowan Milnes. Penalty attempt to find touch. They went for distance over accuracy, and that now is a bit of a mistake there from the Bulls. George Flanagan warming up. We're about to see George introduced here this evening, and Sheffield, well, they might just fancy the chances here. Eagles, Eagles is the cry from the visiting supporters as we see James Davey back out there on the field. Mark Ashton's fifth interchange of the evening. So Robbie Ward comes off, here goes James Davey, and James Davey will give it there to Fakri. Now goes towards Brad Tagg. Tagg's brought down. Don't forget, we want your 5-word match review, your mini match report. Let us know what your thoughts are on this Bulls performance. I know you can only go off the commentary, but Bradford leading 10 points to 0. Sheffield 15 metres out, centre field. On that last tackle, they're going to run it. Sheffield have overcooked the ball on this main stand side. It has touched Connor Bauer's arm. Zach McCoon was calling for the ball out wide. If the pass is perfect, he goes over in at the corner. But as it was, Connor Bauer has come up with another error, and that is Sheffield's 9th error of the evening. It was on the last tackle, so Matty Dawson-Jones will just get to his feet. He'll play the ball, and here comes George Flanagan coming on the field. Oh, George Flanagan looks fired up. Oh, like the gladiator, about to tame the Lions. Here we go. Milnes in at dummy half. Matty Dawson-Jones, second carry. And George Flanagan comes on the field for Thomas Doyle. John Kears, 4th interchange of the evening. 4 more remaining for the Bulls. George Flanagan out of dummy half to Eben Skur. Eben Skur, he's still going, Eben Skur. 20 metres made by Eben Skur. Phenomenal effort in these conditions. And now here goes George Flanagan. Flanagan's brought down 15 metres out from the Sheffield line. They're on the 5th and last tackle. They come on this main stand side to Milnes. Milnes, kick there for Pickersgill. Pickersgill picks it up. That was telepathic. And Pickersgill has try number 2 of the new season. And the Bradford Bulls, just like they did last week, Pickersgill, a try scorer against Oldham, and it's Bradford 14, Sheffield 0. It was on the last tackle. Rowan Milnes, another try scoring assist with the boot. Boot to ball from Rowan Milnes has been causing so much havoc for the Sheffield Eagles this evening. And Brandon Pickersgill, second try of the new season. He breaks this second half deadlock. 56 minutes gone, and Rowan Milnes will fancy his chances from just to the left-hand side of the post. Pulse 2 kick predictor for Rowan Milnes. 84%. His third attempt here. He missed with the last attempt for the second Brad Gallagher try.
1 minute, Rowan, 1 minute.
And it was a clever little grubber kick there. Perfectly weighted on the reverb, on the diagonal. Brilliant awareness. Milnes then with that left boot. This to give the Bradford Bulls another 2 points. That one goes between the posts over that black dot. And on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 this evening, it is Bradford Bulls 16, Sheffield Eagles 0. We're just a couple of minutes away from the hour mark here, but so far so good for John Keir and the Bradford Bulls. They're looking to make it back-to-back wins in the championship. And Eben Skur and George Flanagan, they just made 40 metres from 2 carries. I'm telling you now, we're giving Rowan Milnes a heck of a lot of plaudits for his contribution out on the field this evening. He's the creator, Lily's the organiser, but without that 20-metre break from Eben Skur and the 20 metres immediately after by George Flanagan, Rowan Milnes would not have been 15 metres out on the last tackle. So let's credit the entire team for that third Bradford Bulls try here this evening. So on the restart, Bradford, 3 tackles gone. Eben Skur in at dummy half. Now to Flanagan. Flanagan down the middle, over the head. Eben Skur recovers possession, and Eben Skur is wrapped up inside his own 20-metre line, and the referee will say it has touched the Sheffield Eagles' arm. Anthony Thackeray once again disputing that decision, but I think the referee just about got that one right. It was palm forward towards the Bradford Bulls try line, and there's no real advantage with Eben Skur getting up and playing the ball, albeit on the zero tackle 20 metres out from his own try line. Carl Roberts has messaged us in and says, keep up the hard work, Bulls, playing well. So Carl Roberts, good evening. Hopefully you're enjoying the call this evening. I'm on my lonesome this evening. As we said, it's International Women's Day. We were expected to be joined by one of the Bradford Bulls women's players, but unfortunately not been able to make it up here. So Bradford then from that scrum. 10 metres now inside the Eagles' half as Lily lays it on a plate to Nzongo. Nzongo 20 metres out now. 2 tackles remaining here for the Bulls. Flanagan out a dummy half. Attacks the A and B markers. Flanagan appealing for a penalty. Flanagan 10 metres out now from the line. It goes to Jordan Lilly. Jordan Lilly looks and finds support from Hallis. Hallis is brought down. And Bradford now on that 5th and last tackle. They are in front of the post. 5 metres out. George Flanagan, the show and go. Flanagan's lost the ball. It's gone backwards. Sheffield recover possession. George wanted the limelight and the glory. Perhaps not the best thing to do, but I guess you are going to turn over the ball. You're going to turn it over 5 metres out from your opponent's line. So here comes Sheffield now. An hour gone on the clock. We have 20 more minutes remaining here. It is Bradford 16, Sheffield Eagles 0. And as you're just joining us at the start of this second half, the try coming from Brandon Pickersgill, who was alert to that cross grubber kick on the diagonal, and he touched down underneath the post. Isaac Farrell, Zach McComb and Ryan Miller nowhere to be seen. Sheffield now on the last tackle after solid Bradford defence on their own 40. Thackeray gives it to Farrell. Farrell straight down the throat of Pickersgill. Pickersgill takes it on his own 20 metre line. 10 in from this main stand side. Runs in centre field. Takes a arm grab there from Scott Wheeldon on the right shoulder blade. Pickersgill's lost the ball. Referee says knock on from Brandon Pickersgill. Pickersgill looks to the referee. He shakes his head. He's shocked. Like the child at Christmas who's got the wrong Christmas present. And referee probably spot on there. Pickersgill probably should have done better to protect that ball. 7th error of the evening here for the Bradford Bulls. Don't forget, in around about 10 minutes' time, you'll have 4 players to choose in the votes on the Pulse 2 Matchday Live Twitter account. I'm going to be struggling. I've got an idea who 2 of them are at this moment in time, but you can vote on the Twitter poll. Bradford then. Bit of a backs to the wall set of 6 here as Sheffield 38 metres out on tackle number 1 after that error on the first tackle from Brandon Pickersgill. They're 20 out now, down that middle channel. James Davey, left edge towards Dixon. 3rd tackle gone. 2 remaining here for the visitors. They're looking for their first points this evening. Thackeray once again lays it off. Good scrambling defence from the Bulls. They muscled up there, and it was Gallagher and Skur. Back down the middle, Sheffield will go as Brown floats it out wide. Lily comes in at the side. Last tackle here for the Eagles. Good defence, Evans and Lily. Last tackle. Davey kicks it into the in-goal area. That's come off the knees of Steve Crossley, who's back out on the field. Crossley swan dives forward, picks it up in the mud, and he will enjoy that one. Brandon Pickersgill, 2nd tackle gone. 10 metres out in front of his own post. This is where the legs just get a little bit tired, and that fatigue and tiredness and cramp creeps in. Lily out a dummy half, down the middle now. It's going to go with Ross Oakes, who's coming from this main stand side. Ross Oakes, his 2nd carry. He's rolled over, 10 shy of halfway. Flanagan out a dummy half. It goes to Evans. Evans up to halfway for the Bulls on the 5th and last tackle. We have got 17 minutes remaining here in Dewsbury. Bradford 16, Sheffield 0. Game management from Jordan Lilly once again. He realises the Bulls have a 3-score lead. They don't need to do anything fancy. He will drill that one into touch on the far stand side, turn the Eagles around, and they will have scrum, head and feed at this put-in 20 metres shy of the halfway line. So let us know in the comments or on Twitter what your thoughts are of this game. Send in your 5-word reports, please, and we'll read them out And just to reiterate, we are off air at 8 o'clock, so we won't have much time to wrap up proceedings here, but we will be back on Friday. So it's a bit of a short turnaround. Bradford against Wakefield on Pulse 2 this coming Friday, 7 till 10, a 7:45 p.m. kickoff. We'll have all the big match build-up, and can the Bulls go on another run? Sheffield Eagles on the halfway line. There's a stray pass there from Bauer to McComb, has touched the right palm of Manny Dawson-Jones, so the tackle count is restarted, and Sheffield will have a full set of 6 inside the Bradford half here. Bradford 16, Sheffield 0. The action not really frenetic. The conditions have put paid to that. The rain has subsided. Sheffield have gone without the ball, and here goes Jordan Lilly. Jordan Lilly's just picked it up, and Jordan Lilly from 50 metres. Jordan Lilly slides over the line, and just like that, game, set, match. The Bulls are gonna win. It's 20 points to 0. I'm not sure whose pass it was, but Sheffield on the halfway line. They made a real hash of that one. It was knocked on. Lilly was alert. The ball was live. Lilly picked it up, and Jordan Lilly has gone 50 metres down the middle, and he's crossed to the right hand side of the post. And Jordan Lilly, a fine performance out there this evening. As we say, Rowan Mills, he's the creator. Jordan Lilly, the organiser. And that now is surely going to be Bradford making it back-to-back wins in the Betfred Championship. He had to maintain his concentration. He had to maintain his composure. He had to pick it up cleanly. That he did. And oh my word, Jordan Lilly, he threw everything. His little legs going. And despite a valiant chase back by Ryan Miller and Isaac Farrell, he took both the Sheffield winger and fullback over the line. And I tell you what, this is a performance for the ages this evening. It's one of those roll your sleeves up, get the job done. And the Bulls have done that. 20 points to 0. The Pulse 2 kick predictor is at 87% for Rowan Mills. It's 5 metres to the left-hand side of the post. We are in the 66th minute here at the Tetley Stadium. Rowan Mills with that left boot. That one goes between the posts. And on Bradford Bulls Live on Pulse 2 this evening, Bradford Bulls 22, Sheffield Eagles 0. Rowan Mills 3 from 4 attempts. 2 tries from Brad Gallagher in the first half. 10-0 it was in the second half. We've had a try from Brandon Pickersgill and Jordan Lilly, his second of the new season. So as things stand, Bradford will go above Halifax this evening into 7th place, just outside the playoffs. They're in Challenge Cup action next Friday evening. We're on air at 7, and then 2 weeks today, it's a trip across the M62 into Lancashire. They face the Swinton Lions. That is a 3 o'clock kickoff. Pulse 2 is your friend from 2 o'clock 2 weeks today. So Bradford on the restart, leading 22 points to 0. We've got 14 minutes remaining here at the Tetley Stadium. Bradford rolled over on the back here. Steve Crossley, 10 shy of halfway. Flanagan in at dummy half, goes on that left-hand edge. Bradford just making a couple of metres forward with young Adam Rooks. He'll get to his feet, he'll play the ball. Back down the middle now with Flanagan to Nzongu. Nzongu, 6 metres inside the Eagles half, make that 10 metres now. He just got a bit of leg drive going forward, and he's brought down on the 5th and last tackle. Once again, it goes to Jordan Lilly. Game management, drills it into touch, 20 out from the Eagles line. And we've had a message from Jackie Stanton. She says, gorgeous George, fire them up. She loves the Bulls. And Carl says, get in the Bulls. Yes, go Jordan. Come on, you Bulls. Dan Lang saying he's enjoying the call this evening. What a great second half performance. Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, real strong performance from the Bradford Bulls. Getting a lot of messages on Facebook. I'll tell you what, we'll read the messages out on Facebook at full time. But from the scrum then, Sheffield Eagles, they're just going to move the ball down this right-hand edge. And once again, struggling to plot a path, find a hole in this Bulls armour as Pickersgill and Brad Gallagher and also George Flanagan come in there, and they're going to wrap up Ollie Davis. Davis, quick play the ball. So it goes to Fakri. Fakri to Brown. Brown's going to be wrapped up. Good defence. Last tackle now for the Sheffield Eagles. They're 30 metres out on the last. Fakri, high hanging kick. Once again, be a tester for Pickersgill. Pickersgill takes that. He's absolutely caked and covered in mud. And Pickersgill is brought down 10 metres out from his own try line. So here it goes. Down this right-hand edge. As Bradford look to make the meters, close out this game. 10 minutes remain. So once this set of 6 for the Bulls, they're doing the hard yards from deep. We'll let you know who the 4 players are, who you can vote in the man of the match poll, as Liam Kirk has come on the field and he's just been caught on the chest. Kirk gets to his feet, he'll play the ball, feels the back of his head, makes sure it's still there. Lily in at dummy half. Now it goes to Nzongu. Last tackle. Bradford restricted to just 30 metres here. Lily to Milnes. Milnes. Oh, wow. Reverse kick on the fly. Ryan Miller takes that one. Juggles it. Miller throws himself into that Bradford Bulls defensive line. And he's brought down 5 metres out from halfway. Tackle number 1 then for the Eagles. They're going to come straight down the middle channel with Menzieri. Menzieri. Well, he's gone straight into the back there of Liam Kirk. Liam Kirk is absolutely flat out here, and there's now going to be a bit of a safeguarding issue because Liam Kirk, he was caught on the shoulder, and it's immediately the club doctor comes on, and Liam Kirk, well, we don't like to see this, but he looks unconscious here, Liam Kirk, so there is going to be a slight delay in the game with 10 minutes remaining. And referee Aaron Moore just looking over and making sure the Bradford front row forward, Liam Kirk, is okay. So I've got the job now of picking 4 Bradford Bulls players. So I think we've got to be brutally honest. Jordan Lilly has to be in there. The game management, as we say, he's the organiser. He's been telling the forwards to go into what position. He's been kicking Sheffield to death, i.e. into touch, turning him around, and as we say, he's capped a fine performance for mine with a 50 metre effort. So Jordan Lilly is certainly one of the players. Rowan Milnes has got to be in there. He has 2 assists with the boot. And then I'm struggling because there's been a lot of strong performances this evening, and I think we've got to really give it to Brad Gallagher for his 2 tries. Great awareness. Liam Kirk leaves the field. He has to go off now for a concussion test, so Eben Skur will come back on. And I think we'll say Brandon Pickersgill just for safe as houses at fullback. So there we go. We've got Jordan Lilly, Rowan Milnes, Brad Gallagher and Brandon Pickersgill. They are the 4 players in the poll. I'll try and get that retweeted. So it's a HIA interchange. That won't count. So Liam Kirk off, goes down the tunnel. He won't play any further part. And Sheffield now really have to chance their arm. We've got 10 minutes remaining here. And they're now 40 metres out from the Bradford line with a couple of tackles remaining. As once again it goes to Fakri. Fakri's dropped the ball. Picked up on the 0 tackle by Steve Crossley. And Crossley on the 0 tackle up to halfway. It's been a torrid evening here. Sheffield's 13th error of the evening. Can Bradford capitalise and get a 5th try this evening? Hallis now just calms it down. Second tackle gone. 10 metres inside the Bradford half. Down the middle now with Livy Nzongu. Nzongu for Sheffield Eagles. Players come in. 2 retreat. 2 now the marker defenders. Third tackle gone. 30 out from the Sheffield line. It goes from Flanagan to Milnes to Oakes. Oakes half chance. Oakes rolled out. 22 metres out. 2 tackles remaining. Flanagan's in there at dummy half. Pickersgill on this left-hand edge. Pickersgill beats 1. Pickersgill's brought down there on the 4th tackle. 18 metres out. It's Bradford 22, Sheffield 0. And we have 9 minutes remaining on Pulse 2 this evening. Milnes in front of the post. This drops a short pass to Livy Nzongu, and Nzongu's brought down 12 metres out on the 5th and last tackle. Flanagan to Milnes. Milnes looking for Matty Dawson-Jones. Matty Dawson-Jones. Oh, he'll catch the ball. Matty Dawson-Jones. And he's put it down this time. Matty Dawson-Jones. Try number 4 of the season. The 5th of the evening for the Bradford Bulls, and the Pulse 2 scoreboard says Bradford 26, Sheffield 0. It was like watching a slow motion replay. Rowan Milnes, perfectly weighted. That one came down. Matty Dawson-Jones leapt higher than Zach McComb, and he put it down in the corner. The try has been awarded, and this has been a real A-star performance from the Bradford Bulls this evening. Matty Dawson-Jones, 29 years of age, missed out last season with that injury that he sustained in that opening season defeat to Hull Kingston Rovers. Tom Lilly has just tweeted in and said, Mick, we are at a lodge in Hastings. Can you give a shout out to the newest Bulls fans, Emily, Ruby, Rihanna, Adam and Lennon? Hashtag from Jordan Lilly's brother. He says, come on you Bulls. Pulse 2 kick predictor then for Rowan Milnes on this main stand side. 5 metres in from touch. This is only at 14%, below average. Rowan Milnes, a study in concentration with that left boot. That one's got to be there. Rowan Milnes says, shove that kick predictor in the bin. And here on Pulse 2, this evening, Bradford Bulls 28, Sheffield Eagles 0. 5 tries to 0. Matty Dawson-Jones getting on the act with Pickersgill Lilly, and that brace of tries from Brad Gallagher in that first half. This will do the Bulls points for and against the world. A good Milnes 4 from 5. And on the clock here, we have 6 minutes remaining. We're in the 74th minute here at the Tetley Stadium. Don't forget, votes on the Man of the Match poll on Twitter, and we'll hear from the Bulls Live Man of the Match next week in the build-up to kick off ahead of that Coral Challenge Cup 5th round tie. So Bradford on the restart. Quick play the ball. Adam Rooks has come up with an error. Bradford's 9th error of the evening. And now in the final 5 minutes, Sheffield will have a scrum 25 metres out from the Bradford Bulls try line. And as we said, the head-to-head in recent years, Bradford just having the rub of the green with the performances against the Eagles, although Sheffield did beat Bradford at Olympic Legacy Park last March by 24 points to 10. So this is ample revenge for John Keir's side. Sheffield from the scrum. George Flanagan comes in, and Sheffield have lost the ball. And I'm guessing that 10-second passage of play sums up Sheffield Eagles' evening this evening. John Keir, he will be delighted. We'll get his thoughts at full time. Bradford have the ball with Levi Nzongu. Levi Nzongu is brought down 10 metres out from halfway. So Pickersgill, Lilly, Gallagher and Milnes. Those are the players you can vote for in the Man of the Match poll. I've just retweeted it, so get on there and vote. As referee Aaron Moore will bring back Adam Rooks, and he's going to say there's been a forward pass there from George Flanagan out of dummy half. So Bradford now into double figures in the error count. Not that it really will matter for head coach John Keir. The performance has really been built on that defensive resilience in that first half, and that's continued in the second half. And as we said, Bradford looking good. And for the watching Chris Chester here this evening, it's going to be interesting to see how he approaches that game next Friday night, because that's where the Bradford Bulls are. They're at Bellevue. Another game on Bulls Live that you can hear. So here we go then. Final 4 minutes this evening. Bradford Bulls 28, Sheffield Eagles 0. Who knew that the pitch had 28 points in it this evening? Thankfully, they've gone the way of the Bulls, but the Bulls have created all the carnage and the damage down that middle. And as we said, Steve Crossley, Anthony England, Hallis, Kirk, Skur, Nzongu, they've all played their part in laying that attacking platform. Sheffield, 20 metres out from the Bradford line now. They're looking to turn that 0 into 4 or potentially 6. This is where you get to see just how committed the Bulls are as once again it goes out of dummy half, over on that left-hand edge, trying to squeeze in there is Aaron Brown. Brown can't get past the two Bulls defenders, and Sheffield now are 5 metres out on that last tackle. It's going to surely go to Farrell. Farrell in front of the post, it goes to Fakre. Fakre on the last tackle. He is going to meet Rowan Milnes and Brad Gallagher head on, and that now will be a play the ball to the Bradford Bulls with 3 minutes remaining on the clock. So Bradford Bulls 28, Sheffield Eagles 0, and as we said, Halifax suffering a defeat away at Lee this afternoon. That means that the Bulls are going to go above Halifax this evening. So a bit of local pride as Steve Crossley is the final and 8th interchange of the evening as Tom Doyle comes on. So here we go. Bradford over on the far stand side. Joe Brown's just took a little bit of a knock to the chops. Rooks goes out of dummy half. He's brought down Tinshire halfway. He'll get to his feet. Jordan Lilly calling for the ball, but it goes from Flanagan to Nzongu, and here goes Levi Nzongu up to halfway. We've now got 2 minutes remaining on the clock here this evening, as once again Jordan Lilly finds touch. He will turn around the Sheffield Eagles 20 metres out from their own try line, and you can vote for the man of the match in the Twitter poll. Well, we're going to hear the man of the match. Jordan Lilly's winning our man of the match poll. Gallagher gets the man of the match from the sponsors. So 60 seconds remaining. Scrum head and feed here to the Sheffield Eagles, 20 metres out. Bradford just going to tackle, and this is going to be a real heartening performance, although George Flanagan has come in with a dangerous tackle there on Bradley Tagg. It was above the horizontal. Aaron Moore says penalty, and the attendance here this evening 2,707. So 2,707 this evening, and as we said, the Bradford Bulls looking on course to make it 2 from 2. Jordan Lilly winning the poll on Twitter. Rowan Milnes currently in second. Pickersgill third. Gallagher fourth. And we have 10 seconds remaining here. Sheffield, one last chance. 20 metres out from that Bradford Bulls try line. They're not going to get there. Levi Nzongu, Adam Rooks. They bring down Connor Bauer on that left-hand edge. And full time here.